Imagine a picture-perfect summer day. The year is 1966. The place is Glenelg Beach, a popular spot near Adelaide, Australia. Families are enjoying the sun, the sand, the waves. But on this seemingly ordinary day, something unimaginable happens. 3 young siblings, Jane, Arnna and Grant Beaumont, vanish without a trace. Their disappearance sends shockwaves through the community and beyond, becoming one of Australia's most baffling unsolved mysteries. January 26th, 1966, dawned bright and sunny in Adelaide. It was Australia Day, a public holiday, and the Beaumont family decided to spend it at the beach, a mere 5-minute bus ride from their home. The children, familiar with the beach and its surroundings, were given some freedom by their parents. They boarded a bus, their laughter echoing through the sunny morning air, unaware that this ordinary day would be their last. What started as a carefree summer outing quickly transformed into a parent's worst nightmare. The disappearance of the Beaumont children sent ripples of fear and disbelief across Australia. Newspapers ran daily updates and television broadcasts were dedicated to the search efforts. The faces of Jane, Arnna and Grant became etched in the minds of every Australian. The investigation intensified, with hundreds of police officers, volunteers and even the military combing through every inch of Glenelg Beach and its surroundings. But as days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the mystery only deepened. Life at 109 Harding Street, Somerton Park, was typical for a suburban family in 1960s Australia. Grant Beaumont, a well-respected linen salesman, and his wife Nancy, a homemaker, were the picture of a loving and close-knit family. Their home, a modest but comfortable dwelling, was often filled with the laughter of children and the aroma of Nancy's home-cooked meals. Their lives, though ordinary, were filled with the simple joys of family and community. The disappearance of their children would transform the Beaumonts' lives, their once ordinary existence forever overshadowed by the haunting absence of Jane, Arnna and Grant. Nine-year-old Jane Beaumont, with her infectious smile and bright brown eyes, was the epitome of a responsible eldest child. Mature beyond her years, she was her parents' trusted helper, often tasked with looking after her younger siblings, Arnna and Grant. Jane excelled in school and dreamt of becoming a teacher one day. Outside the classroom, Jane loved to read, losing herself in adventures and faraway lands. She was particularly fond of Enid Blyton's books, her imagination soaring with the famous 5 and the secret 7. Little did anyone know that this bright and promising young girl would soon become the subject of one of Australia's most enduring mysteries. Seven-year-old Arnna Beaumont was a whirlwind of energy and laughter. With her infectious giggle and mischievous grin, she brought joy to everyone around her. Dolls were her constant companions, their plastic limbs twisted into impossible yoga positions as Arnna directed their every move. Despite her tender age, Arnna had a strong sense of justice and would fiercely defend her friends and siblings. Her playful spirit and vibrant personality lit up the lives of everyone who knew her. The silence left by her absence was deafening, a constant reminder of the joy that had been stolen. The youngest of the Beaumont children, 4-year-old Grant, was the darling of the family. With his wide, innocent eyes and infectious grin, he had a way of melting hearts wherever he went. Grant, full of boundless energy and curiosity, was always on the go, following his older siblings everywhere. His small legs would tirelessly try to keep up with their longer strides. Grant, though quiet and shy at times, possessed a mischievous streak that often led to laughter and playful scolding from his parents. His absence left a gaping hole in the Beaumont family, a constant reminder of the innocence that had been lost. The morning of January 26, 1966, dawned bright and sunny in Adelaide. It was Australia Day, a public holiday, and like many families, the Beaumonts decided to soak up the summer sun at nearby Glenelg Beach. The children, Jane, Arnna and Grant, were excited for a day of fun by the sea. Little did they know that this seemingly ordinary summer outing would soon transform into every parent's worst nightmare. Upon arriving at Glenelg, the Beaumonts settled down near the Glenelg Surf Life Saving Club, a familiar landmark that provided a sense of security. The children, eager to explore, wasted no time in changing into their swimsuits and racing towards the water's edge. Around 11 a.m, Jane asked her mother for permission to take her siblings to a nearby kiosk to buy some snacks. Nancy, confident in her eldest daughter's maturity, readily agreed. This seemingly innocuous decision would mark a turning point in the Beaumont family's life. For the children, last seen walking hand in hand towards the kiosk, never returned. At first, Nancy Beaumont wasn't overly concerned when her children didn't return immediately from the kiosk. However, as minutes turned into an hour, a knot of anxiety began to tighten in her stomach. She scanned the beach, her gaze frantically searching for three familiar figures amidst the throngs of beachgoers. She alerted her husband, Grant, and together they embarked on a desperate search of the beach and surrounding areas. Hope mingled with fear as they called out their children's names, their voices growing increasingly desperate with each passing moment. As the afternoon wore on and their children remained missing, a chilling realization dawned on the Beaumonts. Something was terribly wrong. They contacted the police, their voices trembling with a mixture of fear and disbelief. Word of the missing Beaumont children spread like wildfire through the community. Volunteers joined the search, their faces etched with concern as they combed through the beach, dunes and nearby streets. The disappearance of Jane, Arnna and Grant Beaumont had transformed a day of national celebration into a day of unimaginable loss and enduring mystery. The disappearance of the Beaumont children sent shockwaves through Adelaide, a city known for its quiet charm and friendly residents. The news spread quickly, transforming the carefree atmosphere of the Australia Day holiday into one of anxiety and disbelief. Families huddled around their radios, listening intently to updates, their faces etched with worry. The usually bustling streets of Adelaide seemed eerily quiet, the carefree laughter of children replaced by a palpable sense of unease. The disappearance of Jane, Arnna and Grant had shattered the city's innocence, leaving a community grappling with the unthinkable. In the immediate aftermath of the disappearance, a massive search operation swung into action, fueled by a desperate hope of finding the children safe and sound. Hundreds of police officers, volunteers and even members of the Australian Army descended upon Glenelg Beach. Despite their tireless efforts, the search yielded no trace of Jane, Arnna and Grant. False leads and reported sightings offered fleeting glimmers of hope, only to be dashed against the rocks of reality. The Beaumont children had vanished without a trace, leaving behind a void that seemed impossible to fill. The disappearance of the Beaumont children captivated the attention of the Australian media like no other case before it. Newspapers ran daily headlines, their front pages dominated by grainy photos of the missing children and frantic updates on the investigation. Radio broadcasts were interrupted with breaking news bulletins, their airwaves filled with pleas for information and heartfelt appeals from the children's distraught parents. Television crews descended upon Adelaide, broadcasting live from Glenelg Beach and the Beaumont family home. While the media's attention helped keep the case alive in the public consciousness, it also brought unwanted scrutiny and pressure on the investigation. As the realization sank in that the Beaumont children were unlikely to be found alive, a collective sense of grief and mourning swept across Australia. The nation, once captivated by the hope of a happy ending, now grappled with the devastating reality of the situation. Strangers wept openly, their tears a reflection of the shared pain and empathy felt for the Beaumont family. The disappearance of the Beaumont children had exposed a dark underbelly of Australian society, shattering the illusion of safety and security that many had taken for granted. The nation mourned not only the loss of 3 innocent lives, but also the loss of a collective sense of security. The disappearance of the Beaumont children triggered one of the largest police investigations in Australian history. Hundreds of officers were deployed, working tirelessly around the clock. They meticulously interviewed witnesses, scoured the beach and surrounding areas for clues, and followed up on every lead. Door-to-door inquiries were conducted not just in Glenelg, but also in neighbouring suburbs. Despite the sheer magnitude of the investigation, the early weeks yielded few concrete leads. As the investigation into the Beaumont children's disappearance intensified, a plethora of theories emerged, ranging from the plausible to the outlandish. Some theories focused on the possibility of an accidental drowning, suggesting that the children had met a tragic end at sea. Others proposed that the children had wandered off from the beach, getting lost in the maze of streets and becoming victims of a tragic accident or a crime of opportunity. The most chilling theory, however, pointed towards abduction, suggesting that the children had been lured away by a stranger. Each theory, regardless of its plausibility, was meticulously examined by investigators, their determination to uncover the truth unwavering. Over the years, the investigation into the Beaumont children's disappearance has explored numerous persons of interest, each offering a potential piece of the puzzle. One individual who attracted significant attention was a local man who bore a striking resemblance to a composite sketch based on witness descriptions. Another person of interest was a notorious criminal who years later confessed to abducting and murdering the children. However, his confession, lacking specific details and contradicted by evidence, was ultimately deemed unreliable. Despite extensive investigations and countless hours of interrogation, none of the persons of interest have been definitively linked to the Beaumont children's disappearance. Section 4. Cold Leads, Renewed Hope. Despite the passage of time, the case of the Beaumont children has never been closed. Over the years, new leads have surfaced, prompting renewed hope and reigniting public interest in one of Australia's most enduring mysteries. Advances in forensic technology, such as DNA analysis and ground-penetrating radar, have offered new avenues of investigation, allowing investigators to re-examine old evidence and explore previously inaccessible locations. Public appeals for information continue to generate tips and potential breakthroughs. Every new detail, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, is meticulously examined, holding the potential to provide the missing piece of the puzzle. While the trail may have grown cold, the determination to find answers for the Beaumont family and bring closure to this haunting case has never wavered. The disappearance of the Beaumont children remains one of Australia's most perplexing unsolved mysteries. Despite extensive investigations, countless theories, and numerous persons of interest, the question of what happened to Jane, Arnna and Grant on that fateful summer day in 1966 continues to haunt the nation. The case serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of innocence and the enduring power of hope in the face of unimaginable loss. The Beaumont children's story is not just a tragic tale of disappearance, but a testament to the enduring human need for answers, for closure and for justice. While the passage of time may have faded memories and diminished hopes of finding the children alive, the mystery of their disappearance continues to captivate the public imagination, fueling speculation and ensuring that Jane, Arnna and Grant will never be forgotten. The disappearance of the Beaumont children cast a long shadow over their parents, Grant and Nancy. They faced the agonizing uncertainty of their children's fate with stoicism. The once vibrant couple retreated into a shell of private grief. The pain took a visible toll, etching lines of worry onto their faces. They endured countless interviews, their voices trembling with hope and despair. The disappearance of the Beaumont children had a profound impact on Australian society, eroding the nation's sense of safety and security. The image of children playing carefree on a sunny beach became tainted with a newfound sense of vulnerability. Parents became increasingly wary, their protective instincts heightened by the haunting reminder of the Beaumont case. The Beaumont children's disappearance served as a stark reminder of the dark side of human nature. Section 3. A Nation's Obsession. The disappearance of the Beaumont children became deeply ingrained in the Australian national consciousness, evolving from a tragic news story into a cultural phenomenon that continues to fascinate and haunt the nation to this day. The case has been the subject of countless books, documentaries, podcasts and television programs, each attempting to unravel the mystery and offer new insights into what might have happened to Jane, Arnna and Grant. Amateur sleuths, armchair detectives and true crime enthusiasts remain captivated by the case, poring over old evidence, scrutinizing witness statements and proposing new theories in online forums and discussion groups. The enduring fascination with the Beaumont children's disappearance speaks to a universal human need to make sense of the senseless, to find answers in the face of the unknown, and to hold on to hope, however faint, that one day the truth will be revealed. Even though decades have passed since that fateful summer day in 1966, the memory of the Beaumont children continues to resonate throughout Australia. Their disappearance serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life, the enduring power of hope, and the importance of never giving up the search for answers. The case remains a source of national heartbreak and a chilling reminder that even in seemingly idyllic settings, darkness can lurk and tragedy can strike without warning. The Beaumont children's story is a cautionary tale, a reminder to cherish loved ones, to hold them close, and to never take their safety for granted. Yet, amidst the sadness and the unanswered questions, there is also a glimmer of hope. The case, though cold, remains open, and the possibility of finding answers, however slim, persists. The Beaumont children's legacy lives on, not just in the annals of unsolved mysteries, but in the hearts of a nation that refuses to forget them. The disappearance of the Beaumont children remains a haunting enigma, a chilling testament to the unknown. Despite decades of investigation, the fundamental question remains unanswered. What happened to Jane, Arnna and Grant in 1966? Did they fall victim to a tragic accident or a crime of opportunity? Or were they lured away by a predator? The lack of concrete answers has fueled endless speculation. The passage of time has deepened the mystery. The case stands as a chilling reminder that some mysteries may never be fully unraveled. The disappearance of the Beaumont children had a seismic impact on Australian society, forever altering the nation's sense of innocence and security. The case struck at the heart of the Australian psyche, shattering the illusion of a carefree and safe society. Parents, once content to allow their children a degree of freedom, tightened their grip, their protective instincts amplified. The case also cast a long shadow of suspicion, eroding the fabric of trust that had once bound communities together. Though decades have passed since that fateful summer day in 1966, the memory of the Beaumont children remains etched in the hearts and minds of Australians, their youthful faces forever young in the collective memory of a nation. Their disappearance serves as a poignant reminder of the preciousness of life, the enduring power of hope, and the importance of cherishing every moment with loved ones.